You're watching the Days of 47 KSL 5 Parade. Today's parade coverage is sponsored by your Utah Honda dealers.
Good morning and welcome to coverage for the KSL 5 Days of 47 Parade. What a beautiful morning. What a big day. We've just come from NBC's Olympic coverage of opening ceremony, and now we are here for the parade. I'm Deanie Wimmer along with Mike Hedrick. We're excited to be here to spend the morning with you and to share all the fun along the parade route.
It's great to see that sunshine out there, isn't it?
We were worried a little bit with the rain.
Yep, we heard some stories from what happened last night. A few people rained out as they were putting things together, so you can see all the crowds there right now. They are anxious, ready to go. Look at that, waving that KSL sign. We like to see that, but a few people look a little sleepy too. Come on, guys. Come on. The parade's about to start. As Deanie mentioned, today is a very big day for a couple of reasons. You know, one, of course, is the parade, as you see all these people along the route right now. But the other one is what you've been watching for the last 2-3 hours there, opening ceremonies for the Olympic Games. We waited a while for this, Deanie. I mean, this has been put on hold because of COVID for a year.
You know, and people were so excited to be back connected. In fact, that's part of the theme for this parade today is pioneer spirit alive today, that sense of feeling alive and connected. People are eager for that, and that's why we're so excited, doubly excited to be here today.
Yep, I agree. Okay, so we've got a team out in Japan, as they have been there for about a week now. Alex Cabrero leading that team. He's been to... Okay, you know what? We're not going to go to Alex yet. That was kind of, I'm going to call that the tease, okay? Because we'll get to Alex in a second.
We will get to him, but we do have a team here on the parade route. We want to go to Haley Smith, who is out among the crowd. Haley, we've seen a lot of people here this morning.
Yeah, and Mike, I do have to go back. As you were tossing to Alex, I got real excited because I thought you were tossing to me. So you're just giving me a taste of my own medicine when I prank people. So it's all right. But yes, feast your eyes. I mean, we've got so many people lining the street here. Some of them are still sleeping a little bit because I think the overnight hours for the campouts, they got soaked, they had to dry out. Nonetheless, woo! Who's excited? That is how we do it here in Salt Lake City, the Days of 47 parade kicking off. And I do have to say, I'm going to put my papers right here, because how can we call this Pioneer Days? Oh, the tag's still on this. If we don't rep a bonnet. All right. This is what we're doing today, you guys. And things are going to be fun out here as this gets started in just a little bit. We will be asking questions with these folks, but for now, before we do that, we will send it back to you guys there.
All right, Haley, thank you. You know, the exciting thing about this, too, is that now we can continue tradition. This is one of the longest running parades in the United States, and so we are proud of the tradition that we have, being able to join with you and being able to have fun along the parade route.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, a lot of people have been anxious for this, and for those of you who are sitting at home, I hope you have been anxious as well. I mean, last year was one of those, you hate to bring up bad stuff, but last year was a rough one, right? For a lot of people over the summer months, a lot of things were canceled, including this parade, and it was a big disappointment for a lot of us as well, as we look forward to sharing this morning with each and every one of you. So you see the smiles on those faces, see those little kids. Boy, it looks like it's warm out there too, as people are fanning themselves.
You're looking at the initial start of the parade. This is how you know it's coming, when you see the Salt Lake Motor Squad start to come down the street in their formation. This gets people excited, gets them ready to know what's expected, so you're the same at home. And we want to be able to tell you all day long that you're not going to miss a thing.
No,
you're going to see every float. If you just are joining us, I'm Deanie Wimmer, this is Mike Hedrick, and we are excited to be bringing you coverage of the KSL 5 Days of 47 parade once again.
Here we are. We've waited a long time for this, Deanie.
We have.
This is 2 years in the making, isn't it? Good to have you along.
This is a big day for Utah, between the Olympics and the celebration of our heritage. Now, just to give you an idea of logistics here, we are stationed a little farther down the parade route near the City County building out in front of the Leonardo Museum.
Yep, and the parade route has actually been the same for years and years and years. We've gotten really used to this, haven't we, Deanie?
Right. You know, if you're wanting to come join, there's lots of spots. The parade begins at South Temple and State Street. It travels east to 2nd East, then turns south to 900 South, and at 9th South it turns east again and travels 4 more blocks to 6th East, where it ends at Liberty Park. And just a tip, if you're trying to come from the east. Don't try to come from the west. It's easier to get there if you're traveling.
I speak that from experience, Deanie, and I tried coming from the west side. That was a tough go. All right, our co-workers, Lori Pritchard, Dan Spindle, morning show crew, they are actually, we got them passes to the front of this parade, and apparently they have a special guest with us today. Hey, guys.
Okay, what are some of the fun things that you guys do as a family on Pioneer Day?
Well, our 24th celebration in Fairview is huge. It's bigger than Christmas in Fairview, and we have a derby, and we have a huge parade, and our kids get together at Grandma's house. It's like a big homecoming, and it's just beautiful and fun.
But it swells to 12,000 people. Is that how big it is? I did ask them if they color coordinated on purpose, and your answer was?
Absolutely not. This just happened. We're just same wavelength.
Okay, we are going to put you both on the spot.
Yeah, totally not trick questions here, as Pioneer Day trivia is upon us, folks. They are not trick questions. No, they're not. Okay, first question is, true or false, the first pioneers arrived in the valley July 24th, 1847?
I think that's false. I think it was a couple days earlier, but we celebrated on the 24th, maybe?
That is correct. The 22nd is when the first Vanguard company showed up. Speaking of the Vanguard company, 144 men. Do you know how many women were with the company that day?
I should let the First Lady answer that.
I don't know. This is tough.
1.
3. There were 3. Okay, and these are the pride of St. Pete. You all know this, and so I got to ask you something a little bit localized. For those down in Manti, from Moroni, Fairview, Mount Pleasant, when was St. Pete County, I guess, colonized, is that the right word, was settled by the first settlers?
So, good question. I'm going to go 1849. Most of the towns there celebrate in 1849. Fairview's 1849. I don't know about, maybe it was earlier than that. I feel like I'm in trouble now, Dan. So.
Listen, that was the trick question. Officially, St. Pete County was incorporated in 1850, but the first settlers were there in 1849. You got it. You got it right. Ding, ding, ding. We knew we couldn't stump you. It's so nice to see you guys. Again, not big plans. You guys are not going to be waving at folks in the parade. You're just going to be enjoying it with the rest of us.
Yeah, we wanted to just take it all in and enjoy this, and nobody cares if the governor's not in the parade. There's so many other things to look at right now.
Well, we've already seen so many people, too, just walking by.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we meet people. We saw, obviously, Elder Rasband, who's the Grand Marshal, and a lot of folks ready and eager and excited. Our float is coming up in a while. Well, Lori and I are going to have to hitch a ride. What we do is we're going to have the hitchhiker's thumb out to get on. So it's a great time to be out here, though.
Not to mention the fact that we've got Chopper 5 in the air right now. Let's take a look from the skies, what it looks like on the ground.
Yeah, and when you see our float, Olympic rings, because remember, KSL 5 is your station for the Olympics. They're underway right now, really. Competitions going on in Japan. Shara Park, Alex Cabrero, and JJ are there to bring you all the latest action, too. So KSLSports.com, that's your Olympic schedule. You want to make sure you look at that because it's got all the events that you're going to want to see.
All right, Dan and Lori, get to that float so that we can wave to you when you pass by.
I love the fact that the governor is not on a float right now, but he wants to hang out with his family and watch the parade like the rest of us.
Just like everybody else. Now, this is a view of where we're at here on 2nd East. It's quiet still because the parade is making its way here. We saw a lot of runners coming by earlier. Yep. But we're excited and ready to go for a great parade.
Yeah, it's really clear right there, and we're waiting for the rest of this crew to come on through. There's going to be a number of floats. We got well over 100 floats that are going to be making their way through this parade route. Speaking of the parade route, let's go along the side of the parade route. Haley Smith is actually there. We're going to get to her in a moment. You see a lot of these people. They're looking down the line there.
You can hear it coming.
Something's coming, isn't it? I don't know what it is. Something's coming there. Actually, we do know what it is.
That motor squad. Yep. So you know that the parade is making its way, and that's the official sound that our Days of 47 have started.
It's almost like the ringing of the bell to chime this whole thing in. And look at those guys. You know, we talk about this each year, Deanie, man, how skilled they are. And this crew, they put a lot of work each and every week into what they do. I was speaking to a number of officers probably a few weeks ago about this, and it is an honor for them to be able to do this. But it's also a lot of work on top of their day-to-day job.
Getting those bikes cleaned up, trained, like you said, it's a pleasure, it's an honor, and as some wife of a motor officer, it's something that they look forward to every year. They also have a bit of humor, and I don't know if you can see the detail there on the officers' faces, but they like to have a sense of humor. Some of them have real mustaches, others have the traditional glue on, but that's one of their trademarks.
I like to see the handlebars. You should have handlebar mustache if you got the handlebars.
Right.
All right, stick around, everyone. Days of 47 parade coming right back after these messages.
Welcome back. As you can see,
today's parade coverage is sponsored by your Utah Honda dealers.
All right, welcome back. As you can see, the parade and the police officers that start it have come to our location. You won't miss a single float or band. We're going to show it all to you here today. One of the popular traditions with the Days of 47 parade has been our Watch and Win contest. Over those sirens, I'm going to try to tell you about it. We're excited to bring it back this year because you can watch and play along with us, and you could win $500 in cash.
Yeah, that's not bad, isn't it? All you got to do to win is watch the parade and pay attention to those 6 animated cars that'll randomly zoom across the bottom half of your screen there throughout the parade, and each car will have a keyword attached to it. When you see one of these cars and you hear that honk, you can then enter the keyword right away on our KSL TV Facebook page. Now, to submit your answers, just go to the KSL TV Facebook page, look for that contest post at the top of the page, click the link, and fill out that entry form. You have until 6 o'clock tonight if you'd like to enter.
Remember, you have 6 chances to enter, 1 for each keyword, and each keyword will be associated with a number 1 through 6. Be sure to enter the keyword under the corresponding number. That's how it works. One person will randomly be selected to win $500 in cash. The winner will be announced on our Facebook page after 6 o'clock.
All right, so while we are waiting for the parade to get to us, let's hear from a few people from the Days of 47 committee. Okay, you know what? We're not going to hear from them right now. We're going to hear from someone else, maybe someone on our own team.
How about Haley Smith? Haley, you're out among the crowd. The police there you go.
I'm here, guys.
People are ready to go.
It is, and to see not just the excitement for the people that are just getting here, but all of the campers. I mean, we've got tents and food tables filled with snacks. If I get hungry, I'm sure some of these folks will share with me. But so many people use this as their tradition, a fun way to do this. And then when those motor cops come on through, they get all excited. It's kind of that kickoff to the start of the parade. But follow me real fast. We've got a few questions for folks. I know we did some Pioneer Day trivia. Dan did that with the governor. So we've got some Olympic trivia. I've got some questions for you guys. How many times has Tokyo hosted the Olympics? Whoa! Where's the prize bag? Pick a prize. That is right. This year, and then back in 1964. Okay, another question. When was Tokyo announced as the host city for the Olympics? What year? Oh, nope. Nope. 2013 is when they announced Tokyo as the host city. It's okay, throw one out. Let's give it to them. But you guys, if we take a look now back to good job, by the way. Hats off to you. If we take a look down the parade route, here we go. Some more people heading on down. A lot of excitement out here. It's such a tradition everybody looks forward to. I mean, Mike and Deanie, it's such a big event because of Pioneer Day, but also because of the start of the opening cereals, the opening games for the Tokyo Olympics. So a lot of people just have a lot to do today, and we're excited for it. So I'll continue to stay out here and give you that from the ground perspective. We've got some more fun games for these folks. They don't know about it yet. But for now, I'll send it back to you.
Uh-oh, wow. I'm sure they're excited for your games, Haley.
All right, thanks, Haley. Hey, what you're looking at right now, the Mormon Battalion. They look good. I like plaid. I like that plaid. The Mormon Battalion Association is actually neither a religious organization nor a military unit, but a non-denominational, non-profit service organization striving to match the dedication and community service of the original 1846 to 47 volunteer militia infantry battalion. The original Mormon Battalion is the only religiously based military unit in American history. They served from July of 1846 to July of 1847 during the Mexican-American War. That battalion was a volunteer unit comprising more than 500 Latter-day Saints. During their 1 year of service, they marched over 2,000 miles from Iowa to California. How about that?
Yeah, think about that. I mean, they had not been in this valley for very long when they were trying to settle in and catch their breaths, and then off they go again. So this is a great tradition and a proud part of our heritage that they served their country, and such a dedicated group would march that long to fight in that battle. Now, again, you just saw the pioneer spirit alive today. That is the theme of the parade. That embodies how a lot of us feel coming back from a long, tough year. And, you know, we're connected, we're back, and we're ready. We're ready for a day of fun and celebration.
Yeah, it's funny because a lot of the themes year in, year out, there's always some kind of similarity, a common thread between them. But I think this one is interesting, alive today. This is one that, to me, has been a little out of the ordinary. And again, I think a lot of that reflects on what we've been going through for the past year to 18 months, to where, okay, there's been a time where there's been it's been a lull. We felt a little bit dead, and here we are. We're alive. We are ready to go. Hands waving. We got a lot of people out there just excited to get going on this.
Yeah, along with this group is the Sons of the Utah Pioneers. You know, I saw, you know, we see a lot of period dress here in the parade, obviously, but I've been seeing more and more people along the parade route wearing their pioneer costumes. We saw Haley even have her bonnet.
True.
So that's a kind of a fun. You see people standing along the parade route with their hands over their hearts, respectful of the flag and of these organizations that represent our heritage, the Sons of the Pioneers.
Yep, this is one of them right here. This group actually organized in 1933 to preserve the heritage and the values of the founding pioneers of Utah. Sons of Utah Pioneers establish historical markers and monuments. They provide scholarships to high school seniors and work in our local communities to keep the pioneer spirit and the values alive for future generations. So again, you look at what they're wearing. They got those hand carts right there. Fortunately, they're not full. It's a lot easier to pull those things when it's not full of all of your belongings, right?
And when you're when you're on pavement.
That's true.
You know,
the terrain is very different.
You got your Nikes on. Yeah, I mean, it's important to not forget the sacrifices, really, and the hardship that was behind our wonderful opportunity to live in this state. And that's what this day is all about, is remembering and trying to recreate. But we really appreciate that this is just a small taste of what those pioneers went through. You can hear in the background the 23rd Army Band. They've been providing music for both military and civilian events for nearly a century. The band's been performing in many states, internationally in Russia, Germany, the Kingdom of Morocco, with roughly 60 performances a year. The 23rd Army Band is one of the busiest military bands in the country. The members are proud to serve as soldiers in the Utah Army National Guard, and they're grateful, like many of us, for this opportunity to perform for you today and to be here as part of this parade.
You know, one of the things we don't see is all the work and the effort that goes into any of these, you know, for this band, and you'll see some more as we go on throughout the morning here. But, you know, we flip on the TV, we watch, or we stand by the side here of the parade route, like, oh, they're fantastic.
Yeah.
And you don't realize really year in, year out how much work and effort is put into this. Because, you know, you look at these, are all volunteers, and they got regular jobs, families, and all that stuff, and they take the time away to practice and get really, really good at what they do for this moment, this day.
Yeah, keeping that in mind for this whole parade, this is a parade of volunteers. So the floats, the beautiful floats, these aren't professionals. These are people who have come together, come up with a theme that matches the theme of the parade, and they've figured out a way to embody that. This is a parade of people who've just, they're practicing, they're working together, and you'll be amazed at what you see that they've come up with.
Yeah, I've been involved in, you know, some of these stakes with the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and it's funny because they give a call to a couple of people and say, hey, you're in charge of the float this year, and you look at their face and it's just blank. It's like, what? And it's amazing what they actually come up with in the end. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. All right, we got the Utah Highway Patrol motorcycles here. UHP's got to get involved in all the fun. It can't just be all Salt Lake City PD. Utah Highway Patrol Motor Squad actually made up of 30 certified officers and sergeants. They're showing off their skills right now. I like that. The mission of the Utah Highway Patrol Motorcycle Squad is actually to provide police and traffic services, reduce accidents, aggressive driving, and help with other traffic-related hazards throughout the state of Utah. We see them up and down, and let's be honest, they've been busy this summer for reasons that we probably don't want to talk about or have to talk about.
We've been talking about 100 miles an hour people. We've got to slow down. They've had a record number of 100-mile-an-hour drivers, so these guys are, that's one of their missions too. Yeah, they're keeping busy, and so come on, cut them some slack. Slow down out there. Don't make them have to speed up. Let them be able to practice and do this kind of stuff, right? Give them a little time where they can work on some of these things and not chase down some of those yahoos going 100+ miles per hour, right? Yeah. And hello, we love to see everybody along the parade route. Fortunately, as you know, we had a little break in the weather last night, so we started the day really moderate temperatures. Yeah. Here in the parade, Elder Ronald A. Rasband. He is the Grand Marshal. He's a representative also of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. He and Sister Rasband have a deep love for their pioneer ancestors and are descendants of pioneers who were here in the Salt Lake Valley for the first Pioneer Day Parade. 3 of their grandchildren are riding with them. I think I see them, 2 of them at least. Got a couple of them. Okay. His Elder Rasband's great-grandmother, Sarah Elizabeth Moulton, was born in England in 1837. When she was 18 years old, her family set sail from Liverpool to America to join with the Saints in Utah. They were part of that ill-fated Willie Handcart group. And thanks to the group of people who came to their aid, she and her family made it safely to the valley. Sarah eventually married one of the men who came to their rescue of this group, and together they had 10 children, and there's your pioneer stories. I'll tell you what, I got to interview him a few weeks ago leading up to this. He said one of the things he was really excited about was being able to wear that hat, and also the fact he got some boots and that belt buckle. And so usually when we see him, he's decked out in a suit, up, right? Shirt, tie, all that. So it's fun to see him in a little bit of plaid, a cowboy hat. Looks good. He was at Stadium of Fire and we didn't even recognize him out of a tie, you know? Okay, so let's do our first watch and win. This will kind of get you in the flow of it. It's our keyword and our Honda Watch and Win contest. So remember, all you have to do to win is to watch the parade and pay attention to the 6 animated cars that zoom across the screen during the parade. When you see these cars, you hear the honk, you enter the keyword right away on our KSL TV Facebook page. Be sure to enter the keyword that's corresponding with the number on your screen, and you'll have 6 chances to win, to enter, and 1 person will be randomly selected to win the $500 in cash. The winner will be announced on our Facebook page after 6 o'clock. The keyword number is Pioneer. It went across already, so Pioneer is number 1. All right, also going across right now, some of those beauties. Days of 47, along with the Union Pacific, are proud to present this year's Days of 47 Royalty Float, as you just saw right there. And you got Queen Sophie Lowry, First Attendant Addie Eisenach, and Second Attendant Ariana Hodder. So good for them, doing a great job. They got that wave down pat. Yep. Right here, you're looking at Unified Police Motor Squad. Sheriff Rosie Rivera and the Unified Police Department, they've been in existence with this motor unit since 1915. The unit consists of, wow, you can hear that. You can feel the ground rumble with those engines. Oh, man. Wow, they're right back of us. This unit has 13 highly trained officers who perform traffic enforcement, speed enforcement, like you mentioned earlier, Mike, and they participate in various special events throughout Salt Lake County. They are fantastic when you watch these men and women here. They do such a great job, and in such a small space, right? Going back and forth. When they cross, I think one of the cool things for me when I watch this, okay, they're lined up here, but when they make some of these turns and then some of these crisscrosses, I am
I am amazed by it. That's it. And these are heavy.
They're heavy
you know,
bikes.
these are heavy bikes.
Hundreds of pounds, and so yeah, to be able to hold those bikes up at a slow speed and do these formations takes a lot of practice.
Yeah, I'd be on my side a lot the whole time.
I'd have a hard time doing it on a bicycle, you know. So yeah, they've got these routines down.
Yeah, this is the part that I have a tough time wrapping my head around this one. It's clockwise, it's counterclockwise, no one crashes, they hold those things up. Yeah, you don't just come out here and do that. That takes a lot of practice.
There's Sheriff Rivera, Rosie Rivera. She's the first female sheriff in the state of Utah. She's a 28-year veteran, though, of the Salt Lake County Sheriff's Office, where she proudly leads nearly 1,800 employees of both the Salt Lake County Sheriff's Office and the Unified Police Department, which has served the citizens of Salt Lake County for more than 160 years. So they have their own long-standing tradition. Sheriff Rivera is honored to be part of this year's parade and wishes all of us a happy and safe Pioneer Day.
It's one of my favorite floats right there. She's got a Jeep Wrangler, top off, doors off. That's the way you do it. You don't want to be in this. We saw actually last night in downtown Salt Lake when that storm rolled on through. Yep. Someone was in a vehicle just like this one, and
we felt bad. We were wishing that they would duck for cover.
All right. Now, during our parade coverage, we want to hear from you. We're going to ask questions throughout the show and then share some of your social media posts. Right now, go to our Facebook page at KSL5 TV, and we want to know which float are you watching for this year, right? Which is that one? Facebook.com/KSL TV. Check it out.
There's the Salt Lake County Sheriff's Mounted Posse. They were established in 1954 to represent the Sheriff's Department. They compete in parade and drill events statewide, winning first overall in state multiple times. Yeah, everybody has what they're looking for in this parade because there are enough. Every year you'll see some groups that come and they have a tradition of having a float or an appearance, and so people know and come to look forward to seeing that favorite group.
Yep, well, guess what? We're going to have time to look at all those favorite groups and those favorite floats when we come back. Days of 47 parade, Pioneer spirit alive today when we come back. You want?
Oh, go ahead. You start.
Okay.
Welcome back. We'll start. Yes.
Yeah, we're going to start. I'm anxious for this one. I think this one is so cool. I love it. All right. This is from Draper, Utah Stake here, the float depicting the Maid of Iowa. This is so cool. I don't think I've ever seen a boat. The steamboat has an interesting story here. It's actually first owned and captained by Dan Jones, was launched in 1842. It was used as a passenger ship on the Mississippi River and is best known for transporting British Latter-day Saint converts to settle in Nauvoo, Illinois. The boat played an important role in the establishment of Nauvoo as LDS converts from abroad landed in New Orleans and journeyed up the Mississippi River to settle in Nauvoo. It was also used to carry freight such as coal, lumber, lead, military supplies. You got wheat, corn, pork, all that good stuff. When used by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, it was also used for pleasure cruises, a church meeting place, and for hauling the workers and supplies for work on the Nauvoo temple. So, man, a lot of uses for this boat, and I think you're seeing a number of those depicted on this float.
And again, you talk about the creativity and the cleverness of different interpretations, right? Who would have thought that for a parade in the desert, you come up with a boat, a steamboat?
Good job, Draper.
Oh yeah, that's fun. And I love, I mean, we want to call attention to the little touches, the smoke coming out of the pipe.
It's the little things, isn't it, Deanie?
Little things, yep. All right, now we've got a lot of neat antique cars that we want you to see here. This is a 1927 Studebaker. It is the President Custom Sedan for 7 with a straight. Now you're going to think I'm a car nut here.
Oh, you are.
A straight 6, 354 cubic inch with a 2-barrel updraft carburetor.
Oh wow!
I'm not really sure what that means.
That's incredible, Deanie.
But it is one of 5 restored models in the United States. That I do know. That's impressive. It has an engine vacuum-operated turn signals with mechanical cruise control, which is pretty amazing given that it's 1927. It has built-in trouble light that can reach each tire for ease of maintenance in the dark.
When are white wall tires going to come back in?
Hey, they never left.
All right. You know what you're listening to right now? There they are. Utah Pipe Band. You can hear them miles away, can't you? Established back in 1937, celebrating 83 years of piping. The Utah Pipe Band was formed by Robert S. Barclay. The band wears the ancient Barclay hunting tartan. Let's listen in for a moment. Sound good, don't they? Yeah, they're the oldest continuously organized pipe band in the western United States. The band is led by Pipe Major Jeremy Barclay, Pipe Sergeant Jeremy Rowe, and Drum Sergeant Andrew Draper. Utah Pipe Band was contributed to the development of all pipe bands in Utah and continues to support the communities through performances, event sponsorship, teaching Scottish heritage along the way. So cool to see them and hear them.
Well, give a wave and a shout out to Lane Summerhays and his wife, the Days of 47 president. You know, this is a group of volunteers that make this parade and these days of 47 such a fun tradition for all of our state. And, you know, we did a piece earlier in the week that a lot of these volunteers have been taking part in these activities and have been volunteering for decades. They have that tradition. So thank you for making this such a fun effort. He has a big committee and a big group, but what a commitment.
Okay, we've also got the Days of 47 Board of Directors riding in this is the Heritage, this is the Place Heritage Park train. There they are in that thing. Hear the bell ringing. You got some waves going on there. Riding today, and this is the Place Heritage Park train. As mentioned, the Board of Directors for the Days of 47. They extend to you a very happy Pioneer Day and wish you Pioneer spirit, not just today, but all year long. That's kind of a fun thing to ride on, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Open air and in those period gowns. They look beautiful.
Very cool. Very cool. Takes me back to when I was a kid. You go to the fair or something like that. You get on that train and it drives you around wherever the fair park,
about
whatever you're
fast,
doing.
Yeah. And then in back here, you've got a 1941 Plymouth, that yellow, a special deluxe coupe owned by Salt Lake City resident Alan Thompson. That's a beauty.
Ooh, that is nice.
But they've been out polishing that after the rain last night, right?
Well, hopefully it was covered. I'm hoping that was covered during last night's rain. And we also got coming up here the Utah Lions Club, 1930. That's a Ford Model A. Oh my, that's beautiful, isn't it? Utah Lions are celebrating 100 years of service here in the state of Utah. The Salt Lake City Lions Club was the first Lions Club created in 1921. Currently, there are 53 Lions clubs throughout the state of Utah, which make up the Utah Lions. Lions Club, yeah.
1929 yellow model roadster. Cool.
Yeah, all those are. Hey, is that a University of Utah tire on the back of the?
Custom. That's custom right there. Yep.
That's vintage right there. That is vintage stuff. Okay, so we got the watch and win. We've been talking about that throughout the morning. The Honda watch and win keyword number 2. Celebrate. Just like Cool in the Gang. We're going to celebrate.
Come on.
Second keyword in our Honda watch and win contest. Remember, all you got to do to win is watch the parade, which you're doing right now. Pay attention to the 6 animated cars. They're randomly going to zoom across your screen throughout the parade. And when you see one of these cars, you hear that honk, you can enter the keyword right away on our KSL TV Facebook page. Be sure to enter that keyword under the corresponding number on your screen there. You have up to 6 chances to enter, 1 for each keyword. 1 person will be randomly selected to win $500 in cash. A winner will be announced on our Facebook page after 6 p.m. tonight.
Howdy to the South Jordan Horse Lessons Riding Group that we just saw. They are the owners and instructor J.R. Felland and his family. They rode by. There are a lot of horse groups, and we're proud of that part of our state's heritage, too.
Certainly are. Okay, Utah National Honor Guard, which you just saw as well. Soldiers of the 4-man Honor Guard detail carrying our nation's and our state's colors are members of the 115th Maintenance Company from the Utah Army National Guard.
Some of these veterans were so good to see some of them taking part in this. And look at that. That's awesome.
Yeah, Utah Honor Flight. Yeah, Utah Honor Flight right there. The mission of Honor Flight is to enable veterans to visit the war memorials built in their honor with respect and gratitude to their service and sacrifice. KSL over the years has been a big part of sponsoring this and being a help with it and covering this for a number of years. So cool to see that.
Yeah, glad that could also, another thing that could resume this year was honoring some of those veterans and their memorials. You've got 1942 veterans. We've got veterans from several years that are represented here in the different vehicles.
Look at that old Jeep right there. Now that's an old Jeep with the top down.
See?
When you don't have the windshield out.
You don't even have, yeah,
no.
Right? You don't even have the top.
No, that's legit. When you put that windshield down, that's getting real.
Yep.
Again, a lot of these with Utah Honor Flight, and we're going through there. You get a 1944 Dodge, 1944 Willys MB. You got a lot of volunteers here with Utah Honor Flight. We certainly appreciate the service of any of these veterans and what they have given, both past and present.
All right, we're going to take just a break. You won't miss anything. We'll be right back with the KSL 5 Days of 47 parade.
Welcome back into the Days of 47. Woo! Did you hear that? You're awake now. Welcome back in. We've got a feisty crowd out here. What a fun time. The parade is going even while I'm on. Don't worry, it won't take away. There's another box right to my side, as you can see, that has the parade for you. But we've got to interact with some of the folks here along the sides. And I've got, who knew that the opening ceremonies for the Olympics were this morning? Right? Everybody. Okay, good. So without answering, I need you to act out your favorite Olympic sport. Can you do that? Okay, let's see. Running, track and field, jousting, fencing. Okay. Tumbling, gymnastics, diving. Am I doing this right? Swimming. Woo! Tumbling, gymnastics. Yes. Whoa! Did you see that? I'm good at this game, you guys. They're like, no, not all. Good job. Random applause for you guys. Hey, down the line, taking a look. Everybody just lined up. So many folks camped here overnight to be able to enjoy this. It really is such a fun family tradition right now. You're looking at the Draper Float. Mike and Deanie will send it back to you so you can kind of give people a feel of what that float's all about.
Yeah, jousting? Are we going back to the Middle Ages?
We got the general idea. This is the Draper Utah Meadows Stake. The spirit of service is what's alive today. The Draper Utah Meadows Stake salutes the Latter-day Saint Charities with this whimsical float. In 2020, Latter-day Saint Charities sponsored 3,600 projects in 160 countries.
All right, you know this guy sitting in the back of that truck there, U.S. Congressman Blake Moore, serving the people in the 1st Congressional District of Utah. Blake is a proud product of the 1st District, and he knows that this community is defined by family, service, and doing the right thing, even when it's hard. Born and raised in Ogden, Blake learned hard work and responsibility from his dad, and optimism and service from his mother. So this is his first year. He's getting a taste of Congress,
yeah,
and
it's been a baptism by fire.
Oh, no question about it. No question.
Here's the Kearns High School marching band. Watch and win as this group leaves and the next one comes in. Here's your key word, family. Don't forget, you have until 6 o'clock to enter, and you have a chance to win $500 in cash. Family.
I like listening to the band there. I know we got a few more of them too, but I could sit there and listen to some of those guys all day long. All right, so what you're looking at here is the Pioneers of Progress awardees riding in Thanksgiving Point Trolley. We see this one each and every year. Yeah, there you go. A few thumbs up there. We got the crew on board, some waves.
They're honored every year for different accomplishments, service to the state, their expertise in different things, and so these are some of Utah's best. You can see some of the names there on the side. We've got Dr. Lincoln Nadal, Paula Fellingen, Eugene England, Dan Shaw, the piano guys, Donald Harwell, and the President's Award went to Justice Dino Constantinos.
All right, City of Murray right here. Murray City's past is still alive today. That is the theme. Opening on October 28, 1938, the Murray Theater opened its doors to a showing of Alexander's Ragtime Band with Alice Faye, Ethel Merman, Don Amici, and Tyrone Power. Ethel Merman, huh? All right, since then, it's had several owners and hosted numerous events. Great looking float there, guys. Stick around. We will be right back.
Welcome back to the KSL 5 Days of 47 Parade. Hello to the Americanas Riding Group. Now, this is a tradition every year in the parade, and we want to know, what is your tradition for the Days of 47? We want to hear from you on Facebook. We'll be showing those on the screen as part of the parade, but what is your favorite Days of 47 tradition? This is mine.
That's a good one. Well, I know you like the horses. That's I know that's a part of the parade.
Doing the parade with you, Mike. That's what I meant.
Hey, we've been doing this for almost a decade, haven't we? So we're getting pretty good at this. All right, looking at the Salt Lake Granite Stake right now. The Granite Stake presents the Salt Lake Temple, as you can see right there, made of granite. Look at it, it's complete. It looks like
it does now.
Yeah, it does. Looks like it's under construction, huh? Past and present construction there, showing our pioneer past is the spirit of our future. So there you go, Angel Morana there, just kind of hanging around. They got to get him. See how it's hanging off the front there?
This is a good sense of humor, right?
I like it. Good job, Granite Stake.
Granite Stake, nice job. You know, every night our station's right across from the temple, so you can see the scaffolding, and you know they're undergoing a major project to renovate, to retrofit, to make it earthquake-proof, and so this represents a big part of what is going on Temple Square right now.
Again, you look at all the detail on there. You get a lot of Tonka trucks.
Some boys donated their Tonka trucks,
and they want them back. I just want you to know they want them back. And I think in the front there, that red, is that? I don't know what that is. That dynamite?
Oh, I couldn't tell.
I couldn't tell what it was either, but those kids can't tell either. They're like, hey, where's the next float? Yeah. Mom, I don't want to take a picture anymore. I'm done. Document it and let's move on.
Oh, people are happy to be here, and we're happy to see them eager and back. All along the parade route, you know, this is a long parade, and they expect some 200,000 people. Now, I know they don't go through a count, but that's the estimate of all the people that will be along the parade route and in Liberty Park, where the festivities kind of end and center.
Well, and anyone who's driven down here know it's an effort by a lot of people. I mean, you talk about police involved in cutting down streets and making sure that things are blocked off and everything's set up. I mean, it's a lot of good people doing a lot of great things. So
here you see the Mexican consulate. The caravan of the Consulate of Mexico is celebrating the spirit of pioneers and the traditional openness and welcoming attitude of Utah toward immigrants. It's led by the Consul of Mexico, Jose Bojon, accompanied by Mr. Victor Galindo, community leader and distinguished Mexican businessman. This group is made up of, you'll see it here in a second, Mexican charros from the group United Charros of Utah, as well as the Colores Folkloric Dance Company. They are awesome and so colorful. Their costumes are just...
Oh, those are gorgeous.
Jaw-dropping there. They showcase the different costumes and music from the different regions in Mexico. Just like many of our states have different traditions, so do those in Mexico. And so you see their costumes, their different dances. That's just beautiful.
Yeah, and I don't know what you call that on their head. If that, I mean, I would ignorantly call it a hat, but it's some kind of headpiece right there that is, oh, that's beautiful. You got to make a few adjustments when you're walking as long as they are. But that is, again, when you talk about attention to the detail, those are really beautiful and intricate.
Another thing that I like about this parade is that it shows the inclusiveness and the openness for several of our immigrant populations and the communities in Utah. We are so glad that we can all take part and all be represented in this Days of 47. So thanks to the Consulate of Mexico in Salt Lake City for providing this diversity and the beauty of your cultures as well.
Yeah, they're showing off that off, and they're showing it off very, very well. Look at that. As you mentioned, the different colors. They all got fans, too. That's smart. We got someone going there and spraying.
Yes.
You and I, Deanie, I don't know if the audience knows this. We are in an air-conditioned trailer just along the side here. I hate to give that.
Don't tell him. Yes.
This is our first year of doing this inside this trailer. Usually we're out and about, but I know. It's obnoxious, isn't it? I see people fan themselves
we're
out
divas,
here.
Aren't we?
And we're sitting here, we're like, gosh, it's cold in here. Aren't you a little bit cold?
So yes, there's our trailer. But anyway, so we can appreciate that whatever means these parade people need while they're dancing and marching and being active, more active than we are, we salute that they're staying cool. And see, look, they just make it look easy and effortless.
They do. So cool. Great job, everyone. Great job. All right. So we mentioned before, hey, what's your favorite Olympic sport? And go through some of these on the side here. Jolene saying, hey, all of them. I love the Olympics, winter and summer. I agree with that.
They're all different. Look at that. People love a little bit of everything.
Sand volleyball, curling. One saying, I played women's softball, love to watch basketball. So, yeah, it runs the gamut there, doesn't it? And gymnastics and track, I think those are probably key, and they get a lot of the attention for a lot of people and the media.
Yeah. I have to point out one of the things I love about this entry. Not only you have these beautiful prancing horses, but then their beautiful dresses draped over them. These dresses are intricate with lots of colors, lots of different patterns and flowers, and it's just so pretty.
Yeah, and they're focusing on some of those patterns you just mentioned there, and all of them unique. And look at that, beautiful smiles, beautiful horses.
It's no small feat that you can get a horse to march down this parade with people screaming, with sirens going, with cars, with music. These horses and their riders are just, you can see that they're practiced and they're skilled in what they're doing.
So well trained. Look at that. Walking sideways, I can't do that. They're doing it with 4. Look at that.
Yeah.
So cool to see. But, we go back to the amount of work and effort that people put into this. And for all of them, you pull out the lasso there. That's cool. Yeah, I want to watch this.
Look out. Oh, neat.
What a skill that is, huh? Watch out. There you go. I was worried about what the
horse stepping in
the lasso, right?
Again, the horse wasn't phased. That's neat.
So good.
That's a pretty horse. I believe that's a Palomino. They turn golden in the summer.
See, listen, I wasn't going to venture off, Deanie, and start guessing what kind of horses these are. But you got a better hold on that, better feel.
I don't know. As a one-time equestrian, these horses are so pretty, and again, you go to a lot of work to gussy these horses up and make them look so gorgeous to strut their stuff down the parade route.
Look at that brown coat with the mane was almost a blonde.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful, these animals. Oh! Now that was right outside our window here. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, those horses, they like to perform. They know that they've got a lot of eyes on them right now, and they should be proud.
They should be. And they're showing that for our cameras right now. They're doing this, figure, the whole way down the parade route. So it's not just a momentary show here for about 5 minutes. They're doing it for, at least the hour that they're along that parade route there. So it's impressive by the trainers, the riders, and without question, these horses and what they're doing.
Well done.
Oh,
all
boy,
right.
Deanie, this is all you. All you.
There's Swoop. Swoop, we are excited to see you, and we'll be even more excited to see you once football starts, I'll tell you that. He's riding in a 1928 Model A. Beautiful car.
Looks like Swoop has he been working out lately?
I think he is. He's looking more buff than ever.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Hitting the gym pretty hard lately.
He's taking after you, Mike.
Not quite to that level. Man, that's impressive.
But yeah, you can't help but get excited for just seeing Swoop there makes you excited for the possibility that we could all be joining in on a football game in a stadium.
Yeah, and they'll be playing the Cougs this year. And Deanie, I have a hope and maybe a feeling that our ongoing bet that you could be the one singing BYU's fight song at the state capitol this year.
You keep hope alive.
I know.
But
I know the youth fight song really, really well.
I know you've gotten some practice.
Almost better than Rise and Shout these days.
But I like the red cars. It's a be true to your school.
All right.
And
hey guys, here's our friends across the street down on Main Street there, Channel 2, and this is the Weather Lab right there. You got Sterling Polson on there, meteorologist. I got to work with him years ago. Good guy, great guy, very talented when it comes to music as well. But good to see those smiles and those waves. And that's Matt Johnson and Sterling Polson right there.
Their mobile weather lab. We'll have our mobile weather labs. We've had a lot of weather to report on lately.
That is true. It's been busy along with all of ours.
All right, here's a step back or a nod to the past. The Utah Transit Authority. This is their version of a TRAX train way back when. They've been keeping Utah mobile since 1970. You've got the 1954 GMC Antique Bus and then the Utah Transit Authority trolley. Utah Transit Authority serves 80% of Utah's population. Get this, from Brigham City to Santa Quinn.
Wow.
That's been a large expansion in a short amount of time, relatively.
Yeah, that's very cool. I love that. Would you call it orange or yellow? It's almost an in-between color there. 1954 GMC Antique Bus, and see the people waving from there. But that's man, that is a cool-looking vehicle. There you go. Got to have those windows down. I have a feeling that I don't know if they had AC on those buses back then. I'm guessing no.
Probably not.
So you keep the windows down, and gosh, that's gorgeous. That's a cool looking vehicle.
Yeah, I mean, when you think of the progress we've made with light rail and with TRAX trains, and now looking at double rails and the train in Sugar House, transit has come a long way.
Yeah, it has. Love the beginnings, though. All right, you got West Jordan Jordan Oak Steak right here. West Jordan Jordan Oak Steak presents Spirit of Our Ancestors, which depicts a modern day family doing family history inside their home. They then travel across the desert in their beautiful 57 Chevy to a pioneer cemetery to further their research. At the cemetery, they are greeted by their ancestors who are there in spirit. And this one won an award, right, Deanie?
They did. The Daughters of the Utah Pioneers Award. The Daughter Utah Pioneers picked their favorite float, and this was it for the genealogy and ancestry tradition that they reflect in their float.
Yep. That's a great theme there, and a lot of things going on. You got this one has a little bit of movement as well. I like that. I believe that's a dog in the front there, right?
Yeah, and the tires look like they're turning or sparkling, at least on the car, and that's again a fun thing to try to keep an eye out for. It's just the little details of movement or the little traditions that people put in the float that you'll see.
We know this guy, don't we?
Hey, there's Chief Brown. Mike Brown has served in the Salt Lake Police Department since 1991. It's been a busy year for them and for the police departments all over Utah. This department is made up of about 558 sworn and non-sworn personnel. He's held many positions through the department during his 28-year career, including the commander for the Special Operations Bureau. We did a story on some of their new class of rookies that came in.
Oh, yeah.
They've needed to hire more officers, and they've been working on that so that they can keep the streets of Salt Lake safe.
That's been one of the challenges they've had over the past year, is getting some of these rookies, getting some new people in as others have left. And as you mentioned, keeping the city safe, it's a tough job, and a lot of responsibility that comes with that. And so good to see a smile on his face, and I have a feeling after he gets off that, it's right back to work for him.
Right.
You know? And he's got, I mean,
their department's all working today.
Yep, they're all out there working, right?
Yep.
It's a holiday for us, and it seems like whenever it's a holiday for everyone else, these guys are working, it seems like double, triple time.
We appreciate what they do.
Yep. All right, what do we got here? Northridge High School Marching Band. Let's listen to them for a moment, and then I'll talk about them.
made up of students from 7th grade all the way up to 12th grade. They're under the direction of Jared Harding with assistants Colin So'o, Christy Putnam, and Carl Hartman. And today they're being led by drum major Aurora Smith. Go Knights!
I think they were playing some sticks.
Sticks.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
it was
Cans?
Carry On Wait, it was Kansas.
Oh, Kansas. Okay, same era. Yeah,
same
I like
era.
to try to pick out the song too.
You know what? I think
Like it.
I made that mistake 2 years ago. That exact same mistake, and you corrected me. Thank you, Deanie, for my classic rock was a little rusty there.
I like the idea though.
All right, we got the West Jordan Westbrook stake right here. Members of the West Jordan Westbrook stake have spent hundreds of hours working on this work of art. Look at that detail. It's always so impressive. See the various groups interpret the theme of the parade. You know, when you hear these themes, Deanie, I mean, it's, again, pioneer spirit alive today. Everyone's got a different interpretation of it. Some are similar, right? There's a common theme and a common thread, but, you know, some, it's just, it's cool to see how people's minds work collectively and how they come up with an idea for something like this.
It's amazing. And then to get the materials and the colors and the things to just represent it. Love it. We've got Sandy City with the Spirit of America. They are proud to show that off. They are recognizing the brave men and women who fought for and served our country so that we can enjoy this wonderful day. And Mike, they are award winners.
Yeah, they are the Mayor's Award, and so that's pretty cool for them that they received this recognition. And a lot of these, a number of these floats have received recognition for the work and effort and the theme. You know, the idea behind it. It's not just, okay, here's your skill set and you did a great job, intricate details, this and that. Sometimes it's the theme in general and coming up with the idea. It's like, oh, wow, I never thought about that. That was so cool. And that's an owl as the Statue of Liberty, right?
Clever,
I mean,
right?
come on now.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
And then you got the Revolutionary Band back there.
Oh, man.
All right, here's another familiar face, Mike.
Yep, you got Salt Lake City Mayor Erin Mendenhall. Man, I like that ride. Mayor Mendenhall has been the Salt Lake City Mayor since 2020. She was the 36th mayor of Salt Lake City. Mayor Mendenhall came to Salt Lake with her family when she was 7 years old. And after losing her father to cancer at the age of 13, she graduated from Alta High School and then enrolled at the University of Utah. She earned a bachelor's degree in gender studies and a master's degree in science and technology, both from the University of Utah.
Hey, you can hear what's coming up next with the Viewmont High School Marching Band. There are 100 students. They work hard all summer long. If you're lucky enough to live by Viewmont High School, you get to hear them marching around on the field, practicing, learning their songs. We're so glad that they do, and their dedication obviously is paid off today.
They sound good, don't they?
Yeah.
I like that. As much as I love, you know, when they're playing whatever song they're playing, I like the in-between when they're kind of resting a little bit, and then you got percussion getting into it, and just kind of keeping the pace. And again, a lot of these bands, they spend a lot of their summer days while a lot of us are at the pool
Early
or whatever.
mornings, yep.
Some of you who live near high schools know that. Like it or not, you hear it, but they usually sound good. It's a great sound to maybe wake up to in the morning. All right, you got the Salt Lake Foothill Stake here. They're showcasing their pioneering ancestors with photos of family members who inspire them. This tribute helps continue their legacy today. The photos are displayed on this Utah backdrop. As you can see behind them as they're walking right there, a lot of black and white photos. They're honoring all pioneers, past and present, who show courage to do good things and strive to make our community a better place. Got the hand cart on the front there. We see a lot of hand carts during this parade.
We will see a lot of them. You know, and a lot of these stake floats have people, actual members of their stake stories. In this case, you know, I'm sure those are actual relatives that they have used and that they're paying tribute to on this day. And that's what's interesting is you'll see some of the stories and the threads come through in that actual community. Salt Lake City's fire department, Chief Carl Lee riding on a 1921 American LaFrance. We are hopeful today, hopeful that everyone will be safe. If you choose to do fireworks, that you'll do it where it's legal and that you will do it responsibly so that these guys don't have to come put out a wildfire in your neighborhood.
No, let them just enjoy the parade. Hopefully this is the most work that they have to do all day today.
Wouldn't that be great?
It would be great.
We got through the 4th of July in pretty good fashion, and fire teams and city leaders all over the state. We're so grateful. And so let's do it again. Let's be real careful and not start any fires that we can avoid.
Yeah, there's that siren. I like the one from that original truck was there. It was almost like a crank siren. At least that's what it sounded like. So we've moved on from the cranks.
They service approximately 100 square miles. They have 14 strategically located fire stations throughout the city with more than 360 employees to meet all of the fire and emergency medical demands in our capital city.
Okay, we've got the Nabu Band here. The alumni Nabu Brass Band is selected from past Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints missionaries who served as performing missionary members of the Nabu Brass Band. Now, these returned missionaries served for 4 months in Nabu, Illinois, as performing missionaries in the Nabu Brass Band, performed for and entertained, touched the lives of visitors from sunrise to after sunset. Let's listen for a moment.
Nice. All right, this is the float from the Salt Lake Holiday Stake. Those are my stomping grounds, so I'm glad to see this one. Throughout Utah history, women have been there to mark at every step of the way, making their mark. These inspiring and pioneering women have made invaluable advances in their industries. They've been a force for good and forging new paths. Because of them, the Holiday Stake is proud to celebrate 150 years of pioneering women moving mountains. I love that theme. That's not only timely for the things that are going on in our day right now, but, you know, Holiday's right in front of those big Olympus mountains, and so it's appropriate for their landscape.
Gorgeous. All right, let's head over to Dan and Lori. They're alongside the parade route here. Hey, guys.
Hey, guys. Dan Spindle here aboard the KSL Olympic-themed float here in Salt Lake City. We were just south of 2nd East, 2nd South. We had some nice shade for a second there. We're back in the sunshine. I want to say hello to all the good folks. Hello, guys. KSL says hello. Tamra Vaifanua, come this way. Come this way. Take your moment in the spotlight. First year aboard the KSL float. How you feeling?
It's unreal. You know, I grew up in Utah, and we would come, you know, Liberty Park, check out the parade. Doesn't get any better than this.
This is the place to be. I noticed some are chanting KSL, KSL. I mean, what do we do but just join in the chanting, right?
I mean, it's all about the feeling. And people are excited because we didn't get a parade last year.
There's pent-up energy. It's so much fun. I start chanting back, you guys, you guys, you guys.
Wait, you're busting a move, too.
Hey, I'm trying to dance a little bit. Dan Rascone's the DJ. Matt Gephardt is here, too. This is Matt's first time. Matt, take the mic so I don't drag you along here. First time here.
It's my first time here. I'm the new guy. I get to walk. I'm like the guy with the shovel who follows the horses.
You'll make it up to the float level. At sometimes he wanted to walk, right? Exercise. Whoa! Hey, we're moving down, folks. We love it here along the parade route. We're going to say hello to thousands more. Back to you, Mike and Deanie. Yes. Hello, everybody.
They're having fun. Let's see if they have that much energy by the time they get to Liberty Park.
They're still at the beginning, right? We're in the first hour here. They got time.
All right, we're going to take a little break. This is the ABC4 Utah convertible. Hi to our friends from Channel 4, and we'll be right back.
Welcome back to the KSL Days of 47 Parade. Great to have everyone along. Pioneer Spirit alive today. That's the theme. You're looking at South Salt Lake Stake here. Hopes to draw strength from our heritage and community. The sculpture here represents mountains through which early pioneers struggled to arrive at their destination. These mountains are adorned with many colors representing our heritage. The mountain is a symbol of strength for us, and we continue to rely on it today. Good looking float.
Oh, here's another pretty float. This is the First Community Bank hometown spirit, the bee's knees. Is there. That's cute. And since 1905, rather, First Community Bank has been part of Utah from Brigham City to Park City. So you've got a bee theme there. And, you know, the honeybee is important to Utah because it represents our industry, our hard work. And so that's the significance of, you'll see a lot of bees or honey, you know, hives and honey. And so this is a whimsical, cute theme on that.
Received the President's Award as well.
Right.
Well deserved. Well deserved. I love those bees. Look at that. Again, we talk about some of the movement in these, and you can get kind of tricky with some of that. Oh, what's that bee doing? Is that like a hot tub? Just swirling around the hot tub of honey?
That's what, yeah, that looks pretty good, actually.
It does look good. Great job, guys. Very well done. All right. We've seen these. We've seen this crew before. Davis High School Marching Band. Oh, they're so good. Founded back in 1914, Davis High was originally the only high school for the entire county. During its 12 decades of history, the music programs at Davis have always thrived, including the band program. The marching band was founded back in the 20s and has gone through various phases and changes. The marching band was featured nationally in 2 Rose Bowl parades and a Macy's parade in New York City. The band has an unofficial motto of "Make your mothers proud." They hope to continue that today. Let's listen.
They're doing that. Davis High School band. Let's go to Haley, who's right on the street. They are loud and proud, Haley.
It is loud, you guys. I can hardly hear you right now, but that's okay, as long as you can hear me. Earlier this week, we posted on social media about the Days of 47, about Pioneer Day, and what your favorite tradition is. We've been going over some of those answers, but we've got to ask some folks in person, what's your Pioneer Day tradition? So we've got a cute family here. Do you guys have any Pioneer Day traditions that you do every year?
So we're from Louisiana, and sometimes we come up here for Pioneer Day, and we love like getting up on a hill and watching all the fireworks all over the city.
Oh, that is awesome. What a fun memory for you guys. We've got Jackson here, and one of the fun Pioneer traditions was some burlap sack races. So he has challenged me, all right, I challenged him, to a sack race. So we are gonna get in line here for you. You ready? We are gonna try to see who can get down to our camera guy the fastest. Okay, on your marks, get set, go. Oh, my camera's falling, my mic is falling off. Oh, Jackson, no. Whoa! And oh, you okay, buddy? Collision course, high five. Good job, bud. He officially won. We've got to get him a prize, you guys. But while we're at it, I just spotted something you've got to see. Of course, it's Olympic year. Look what we've got. Lori Pritchard, Matt Gephardt, Dan Rascone, Kevin Eubank. The Ksl Float is here. It's going to be right behind the Taylorsville City Float you're going to see.
Yeah.
I'm jumping the gun a little bit.
Yeah, you're jumping the gun. Come on, Haley. Let's not leave out Taylorsville. And you know what? Brigham Young University, we missed out altogether.
We saw them, but yeah, you didn't get to pay homage. Sorry.
I'm sure you feel awful about that, Didi. Okay, as you mentioned, KSL 5, we got our float right there, and see the Olympic rings?
Oh, yeah. And we're going to see a lot of those in the next coming weeks.
Kevin's got that wave down, doesn't he? He's so good at it.
Hey, I hear some cool in the gang. Dan Rascone is the DJ. And, you know, this float won the Queen's Award. We are just so excited to be able to have the Olympics and the Days of 47 parade on the same day. When would that happen?
Yeah. And Dan, I'll tell you what, one thing Dan has down, it's the point and wave. If there's one person who has the point and wave down, it's Dan Rascone.
Yep.
So yeah, we're proud to have the Olympics this year, as we do each and every couple of years, and so it's been a little bit different, and having to move on with the summer games here a year later, but man, we're embracing it and we're excited for it.
Back. This next entry, the Bountiful Utah East Stake, their theme is Connect with the Pioneer Spirit. Their float depicts the story of Sophia Jensen, a 16-year-old from Denmark. She recorded riding only 1/2 day in a wagon on her journey to Zion due to receiving a sliver in her foot from the hole in her wooden shoe. And as we learn about the lives, the sacrifices, the trials and joys of our predecessors, we make a connection with them that will nurture and edify the pioneer spirit in us, pushing us forward to pursue, overcome, and excel in our lives.
Yeah, I love to hear those individual stories. Riverton City, hope and opportunity is what Utah was founded on as part of the theme there. The float featuring a gazebo and a natural-looking environment that includes 2 swans. The float carries Miss Riverton and her attendants and represents the hope and the opportunity Utah was founded on. Representing the Riverton City is the newly crowned Miss Riverton and her attendants. Together, these strong women represent the principles of hope, opportunity, and pioneer spirit Utah was founded on.
Here's the Benyon Utah Stake. Missionary spirit, pioneers alive today. This is a map that represents the growth of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints from 1847 to present day. And missionaries have traveled by any means available, and that's what's represented on this float. You see the ships, the trains, the airplanes that were built by the youth of the Benyon Stake. So in this case, it was the kids in this area. The temples on our float represent the first one from Kirtland, Ohio, and also Taylorsville, Utah.
Very cool. All right, Salt Lake, Utah, Hunter Copperhill Stake. The theme, Pioneer Spirit, is giving. Pioneers past and present demonstrating the spirit of giving on this float here. Brigham Young asking the saints to help the handcar companies when he declared prayer is good, but when baked potatoes, pudding, and milk are needed, prayer will not supply their place on this occasion. I like that. In that same spirit, Salt Lake Hunter Copperhill Stake has collected hundreds of pounds of food and hundreds of blankets to donate to the Granite Education Foundation. So good to see what they're doing along the way in accordance with this theme. I love it.
Love it. All right, we will be right back with the KSL 5 Days of 47 Parade. Pioneer Spirit alive today.
Yeah, welcome back to the Days of 47 Parade. Listen to the Carbon County High School Marching Band. Carbon County High School Marching Band. Excited to be here today representing Carbon County. They're performing the Star Wars parade sequence. And drum major is Ambry Vincent. They're under the direction of Adam Cunningham and assistant Chris Sweeney.
Wave hello to the Unified Fire Chief Dan Peterson on this antique fire engine. It's a 1936 Mack Antique. Chief Dan Peterson is followed by a tractor-driven engine. Unified Fire is a full-service fire agency providing fire suppression, advanced life support, first response, transport, rescue, hazard materials, bomb response, fire investigation, coding. You get it. You get the idea.
Yes, you do.
All of that. And we see a lot of that come into play during the summer when they're making these rescues, when they have emergencies. And so we appreciate all they do to keep us safe in the summer.
Love to see the driver in the back. He's making it a little bit fun, isn't he? Going back and forth.
Right.
That's cool. All right, you got Sandy, Utah East Stake here. The theme, spreading the pioneer spirit, one seed at a time. Oh, that's cool. I like that. Standing next to the trunks filled with stories of her pioneer heritage. A young girl blows on a dandelion, spreading seeds that will one day produce vibrant yellow flowers. Just as each story of our pioneers planted a seed that beautifies and enriches our lives today, each story we tell plants a seed that will sustain the generations to come. And I like how they call the dandelions flowers, because when they're in my yard, I seem to call them
weeds.
They are weeds.
I know. So see, it's all in perspective.
That's true, right? It's all how you look at it, but I love it. That is a beautiful float, and you can see from the detail on this one, all those flowers individually.
Yeah.
Man, that took a lot of work.
We can hear coming up next, Delta High School's Marching Band. They've come all the way from the Millard School District. Let's take a listen. marching band, we're going to give you another keyword. Watch for it. There's your car and the beep. It's history. That's your word to give you another chance to win $500 cash. Enter it in our Facebook page. And you will see who wins after 6 o'clock.
Yep, we'll let you know later on tonight. And, ooh, that's a good-looking car, huh? Not sure how fast it is, but it doesn't need to be fast.
It just needs to look good, and that's what it does.
When you look that good, you just go slow, and you let everyone just kind of watch you, right?
Exactly.
Stephen Habel, 1936 Plymouth, 4-door right here. Well, and then we got John Lee here, 1930 Ford model, deluxe coupe with rumble seat. I don't know what a rumble seat is.
There you go.
It sounds cool. Oh, in the back there.
Open air.
Yep.
That takes your Jeep, your open air Jeep, to a whole new level.
It sure does. I need one of those. Give me a rumble seat. All right, we got the South Jordan Garden Park Stake right here. Yep, the Garden Park Stake. Now, back in 1868, Brigham Young called hundreds of hardy Utah pioneers to blast, to dig, and lay rail through Echo Canyon as part of the great transcontinental railroad effort. Man, that's a great-looking float. Early pioneer spirit brought engine 119 of the Union Pacific Railroad down the canyon to the meeting of East and the West at Promontory Point. South Jordan Garden Park Stake honors those whose sacrifice made that happen.
We got the city of West Jordan. Let's Rodeo is their theme, the West Jordan Western Stampede. That's a family and city tradition that just celebrated its 66th year. Up next is the Demolition Derby. You can get your tickets online at westernstampede.com.
Is that kid riding I think he was riding a sheep in the very front there.
Busting.
Yep, mutton buzzing. Hang on for your dear life, kiddo. Stick around, everyone. Days of 47 parade. Returning Pioneer Spirit alive today when we come back.
Today's parade coverage is sponsored by your Utah Honda dealers.
It's a picture-perfect day in Salt Lake City. Not a cloud in the sky.
It's beautiful.
Look at that. City-county building right above the parade route.
We're 90 minutes into this, Deanie, and it's flown by. It's been fantastic.
It's been a great parade. Just, you know, it's always a great parade and a lot of tradition, but the fact that we're back after a long year makes it all the better.
Agreed. I believe we're going to do a watch and win right now, but maybe we'll hold off on that for a moment. Listen to the Copper Hills High School Marching Band coming out of West Jordan here. The Mighty Marching Grizzlies from Copper Hills. Band is made up of winds, percussion, and color guard ranging in age from 7th to 12th grades. Mighty Marching Grizzlies, directed by John A. Matthews II, and Tyler Whitaker, with support staff Jesse Whitaker, Camille Barlow, Jenny Bingham, Diego Cruz Vargas, Robert Jones, Eric Wyben, Ann Moulton, Morgan Moulton, Don Engo, Josh Ward, Sarah Probasco, and Brant Wynn. Wow, that's a lot of names right there, but that's a lot of people to make these guys sound good. Let's listen in.
Did you notice that little choreography in there? I liked it.
Yeah, the tuba or the sousaphone. I'm not sure which one that was, but they were good.
Yeah. We've got this South Jordan Midas Creek stake, and their float theme is Pioneer Spirit Around the World. So their float represents the pioneer spirit in each of us. The Nabu Temple represents the faith, dedication, testimony, and commitment of the early saints of the church, while the Rome Temple demonstrates the same for all of us today. The true temples are connected by a path that signifies the legacy of faith that connects all God's children. The huge world in the center is dedicated to all the pioneers of the church as a token of gratitude for their faith. And it's lovingly depicted by the South Jordan Midas Creek. There are 400 flowers that decorate the base, just to give you an idea of that trivia.
400, huh? Yeah, those couldn't have been easy to make there. But again, the detail of those temples as well, that's pretty impressive. All right, Draper City, the future is bright. Yes, it is. Future is bright in Draper City. The float represents some of the city's best amenities, including numerous outdoor recreation opportunities, featuring the Bear Canyon Suspension Bridge and other mountain biking and hiking trails, trees, plenty of sunshine, and a lot of fresh air. Look at those smiles, those waves there, ranked one of the best cities in the country. Residents and visitors enjoy access to an abundance of open trails and open space. Anyone who's been in that part of the state, they're right. There's a lot. In fact, people move there for those reasons, to be able to have quick access to all of those trails and the mountains right there. It is a gorgeous spot.
We're going to do another watch and win while you're looking at the royalty there, lovely ladies. The watch and win word that you're going to see driving along through your screen here is tradition. I think. Don't make me a liar here. Tradition. All right, mark that down.
I'm going to take your word.
Keyword number 5, I promise, is tradition. That'll help you win. There you go. Okay. Whew.
You're not a liar, Dee.
Yeah, okay. So you can win $500 in cash. We'll announce it on our Facebook page after 6 o'clock.
All right, you're looking at right there, that's not construction going through because there's some work needs to be done. This is Union Pacific Railroad Equipment section truck. After the joining of the rails, the Promontory Summit, Utah in 1869, Union Pacific has been a fixture in the Utah landscape. Our vision, as they say, is to build America for all generations by connecting our nation's businesses and communities to each other and to the world. 2 pieces of equipment from Union Pacific in the parade as you're looking at today. First, a section truck you saw there. The truck is used for UP's engineering forces to mobilize tools, materials, personnel to different job sites along the network to maintain and repair everything. This is building America at its best. Second, they have the high rail inspection vehicle. That truck used by highly trained engineering personnel to inspect the railroad for any irregularities in the tracks that need to be repaired.
Here's from the Cottonwood Heights, Utah Brighton stake. And this float depicts the theme Pioneer Spirit Then and Now. They show us how the early pioneers used water resources as well as exercise and entertainment. Another nod to Utah's incredible outdoor recreation. It depicts the beauty around us and what the pioneers enjoyed. I'm not sure they enjoyed mountain biking, but they enjoyed traveling along, right? The beautiful scenery, the red rock. There's the skiing that we all love.
Snowboarding there. That's all the future stuff, right?
That's the future stuff.
Because of what they did, we're able to do all those other things.
And we're so lucky to live here. I mean, we say that every day. Blessed and so fortunate to live in a place where you can do all of that right there and never get tired of the views.
I'll tell you what, in a float that size, that is a great depiction of a lot of things that Utah has to offer, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. You've got a little bit of everything, and that reflects the state.
I like the counties on the back there. Okay, right here you've got the Farmington High School Marching Band. Let's listen in for a moment. Farmington taking it to the streets.
Right.
Now, this is a recent, these guys haven't been around for a whole long time. Fairly new band, fairly new school, the Phoenix.
I like to see that schools are still adding bands. You know, I mean, that it's hard to get a marching band at a school. So that, welcome, Farmington. We're happy to have you.
Yep.
Their hearts, they're sweating out there, they're dancing, they're having a great time. Their moms are proud.
They should be proud.
I know.
It's a great job. Okay, we've been talking about Pioneer traditions throughout the morning here. I'm going to show up on the screen here. We appreciate all you who have gone to our Facebook page and answered some of the questions we had there. Just kind of get a feel from everyone. Hey, what are your Pioneer Day traditions? What do you do and look forward to each and every year here? Well, camping in the Uintas is one there. I pair locally made pie to locally made beer. It's a great way to deal with the July heat.
Pie and beer day.
Yeah,
that's what that
right.
is.
Okay. So you're going to see those run
Clever.
across. I do like that. That's pretty impressive. My father-in-law's birthday is the same day.
All kinds of traditions.
Yep. Cool. Good job, Farmington. They're not just playing, right? They're not just playing and marching here. This is a routine. This is a dance. This is a performance.
They've gone all out.
I see the end in sight.
All right. Next, we have got the Cottonwood Heights Float. Their theme is community spirit with good old family fun. It's deeply rooted in the city festival Butlerville days. They've had that tradition going on since the city was incorporated in 2005. This year, the festival's bringing back some of the good old family fun with a few old-fashioned games like gunny sack races. I hope they go smoother than Haley's did a second ago.
That was pretty rough, wasn't it?
We almost had an injury.
She had a tough go. I know. Well,
but yeah, so we shows the finish line there and a cute gunny sack race. It does have that old-fashioned theme, treehouse look to it.
Oh yeah, no, I like that. It's a cool feel. Got the mushrooms in the back, and yeah, is that looks like a tree house up there.
Yeah.
Got the old tire there to the rope.
Like Butlerville days, so many of the small communities have their own little festivals or outing, you know, community events today. All over the state they have them, whether it's a rodeo, whether it's a carnival. And so hopefully your family will find some way to honor that fun in your community.
Yeah, let them have that. They're unique to whatever the community is, and maybe what they, you know, you got raspberry days up north and other things like that. And so it's kind of cool how they all have a different theme, because a lot of it has to do with the agriculture in the area, right?
Right.
All right, we got the West Bountiful Utah Stake right here. Residents of West Bountiful, members of the West Bountiful Utah Stake, proudly present a patchwork quilt representing our pioneer history, the heritage and love of where they live. This float represents a rich history of faith, of family, of hard work, recreation, onions, horses, and even mosquitoes. That's right, onions and skeeters.
You don't get to pick your traditions.
You got that right. They take pride in the quality schools and in a community stitched together in love. That is good looking, though. That's beautiful. I think that was a golf cart on there as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Here's Tooele City, an American story, keep the spirit alive. It's a beautiful community, obviously 35 miles west of the Salt Lake Airport. 3 Mormon pioneer families settled on a small stream in the south of present-day Tooele. And you can see Tooele's royalty here. Many of the prominent families who've settled Tooele still have descendants who live there today. And so, like their ancestor, these families build an integral role in building up their community.
All right, coming up next here, got the West Jordan Bingham Creek Stake. The float title here is Pioneer Faith Still Leads to Promised Lands. Mormon pioneers are part of a heritage of saints who were led to a promised land by way of seemingly impossible obstacles. They knew well the story of the children of Israel who passed through the Red Sea on dry ground to escape their enemies. Brigham Young was compared to Moses and led his people through the formidable Rocky Mountains, with many miracles opening the way before them. This same God is equally capable today, and it is our turn to exercise faith in order to open the way past our seemingly impossible obstacles.
So again, they've represented a lot on that float.
Yeah, they do. Yes, they do. A lot of past and present in that one.
West Jordan's Bingham Creek Stake, Pioneer Faith Still Leads to Promised Lands.
All right, West Jordan High School Marching Band right now. There you go, Jaguars, good job. Under the direction of Shian Agsawala. We're going to listen to them as we go to our break. Days of 47 Parade alive today, my friends.
Boy, look at this float. This is the city of South Jordan, and their theme is Today's Adventure is Calling. This is just an eyeful to take in as it goes by. In South Jordan, family, accountability, integrity, industry, and innovation are at the heart of this beautiful city. And you can see all those details. Look at, from the colored skirts to the painted faces.
So that's that is very cool. It almost looks like like a mountain. On the one side you got the green, and the other side, I don't know if that represents like lava coming out, if you had some kind of volcano.
Yeah.
And obviously two people dressed up at the top.
The recipients of the Governor's Award.
Reminds me of that Disney Pixar, I think Lava You.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. And we just heard they won the Governor's Award. So that color and creativity.
Yeah, well deserved.
Award-winning.
That was very cool. Okay, what do we got here? We have got Salt Lake East Mill Creek Stake here. The theme is launching our pioneer spirit.
They're not moving.
They're taking missionaries to a whole new level right there.
They are.
East Mill Creek Stake Float launching our pioneer spirit shows. Not only is a pioneering spirit alive today, it is, yeah, quite literally out of this world. A whimsical take on spreading good will and pioneer spirit to infinity and beyond. Right?
That's fun.
Yeah, it's a new missionary attire right there.
Yep. We've got the Bluffdale City Float and their royalty. The Queen is Madison Sansom, first attendant Maddie Browning, and second attendant Samantha Turner. City of Bluffdale celebrates its unique community today, tonight, and tomorrow. It's known for its fast-growing population and for connecting Salt Lake and Utah counties right there in the middle.
All right. Hey, it's time for the Honda Watch and Win contest where you can win $500 cash. This is the last keyword of the day. There you go. Freedom. I like that. Freedom. That is keyword number 6. You know the drill, right? At this point, you see those cars, you hear it, go to our KSL TV Facebook page, submit the answer. And yeah, you have until 6 o'clock this evening to enter. And one person's going to get $500. We'll let you know at the end of the day.
Look at that animation. That's some big animation there on the Midvale, Utah stake. This float showcases the power as a good example. We act on the example of Utah pioneers or any person we aspire to be like. We bring traditions alive and add movement to faith as we keep pioneers alive.
I'd love to see the mechanics inside that, you know, before they dress them up. And again, what they've done on the outside, that is beautiful. That is impressive. But I'd love to see the mechanics, kind of the guts of that thing, to see how, well, maybe I'm looking at it there.
It's behind them.
Okay, maybe it's not generated by a motor.
It's not animation. It's human-driven. See, that's the kind of stuff that's so fun to see when you get it look up close.
They had us fooled. All right, here you go. He says, we got the Midvale. No, this is the Battalion Drum and Bugle Corps. Let's listen in. Let's talk about these guys. Battalion Drum and Bugle Corps in Utah's Drum Corps, founded back in 2014, represent the state on the national stage as they travel and perform in competitions all across the country each and every summer. The mission of the Battalion Drum and Bugle Corps is to provide learning and performance opportunities for young adults that develop their character, their leadership skills, artistry, selflessness. They have spent the last 3 weeks at Snow College rehearsing, and over the next week they're going to travel and perform all across the state of Utah. You can find more information about the show and the Corps at battalioncorps.org. Man, they sounded great, didn't they?
Love hearing it. That's one of my favorite parts about a parade is the different music that you can hear.
Yep. All right, so Haley Smith is along the parade route for us. She has been all morning long, been doing a fantastic job, and involved in some shenanigans along the way. And Haley, can you hear us? What are you doing right now?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm just trying to maneuver through some of the last of the parade here, get down to my camera guy, but you are looking at all of the folks that have been out here for hours, and it is hot on this blacktop, but this parade was totally worth it. Absolutely worth every minute that we spent out here. I got to interact with a lot of the folks here, and they just bring such a vibe to being on the ground here. Everyone's so excited, seeing the different groups and which floats they cheer for when they go through. So that really is just a lot of fun. But before everybody packs up and leave, hey, you, get over here. Hi, what's your name?
My name is Gavin.
Gavin, nice to meet you. I'm Haley. I've got a little game I want to play with you. Is that okay? Okay. I need you to tell me who's this famous Utah person. Okay, good. Let's try another one. I know I'm never good at these games either. What about this one? Okay, good. We're on a roll here. Ooh. What about this one?
I've seen him before. I don't know.
Okay. I'm with you. What about this one? Football coach, that's right. BYU's football coach. Ooh, this is going to be tough, but we're in Olympic season.
Don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
One more. One more.
Bring on the other.
Woo! We got one! Good job! High five! We knew you could do it. There we go. A lot of famous people in Utah. But we will send it back to you, Mike and Deanie. The real question is for you guys. Would you have gotten any of these right?
Oh, come on.
Listen.
At least you knew Brigham Young.
Yeah, at least. But Kalani's going to be a little upset by that.
Yeah, well.
Right?
So will Marie Osmond.
Yeah, that's true. Other than just football coach or singer.
Right. Okay, we wanted to ask you, what is your favorite Olympic thing about the Olympics. You know, the Olympics are underway. Opening ceremonies were this morning. We will re-show the Olympic ceremony later on this afternoon, but the games are going on right now. So what is your favorite thing about the Olympics? We've been there. We've hosted the Olympics. We are in the rare position as a city and as a state to be able to say, we have a lot of tradition with the Olympics.
Yeah, we certainly do, and it is some people you've seen there mention the camaraderie that comes with that. It is interesting how sports in general and the Olympics as a whole, because that is the Olympics are something that brings the whole world together, and there is something very unifying about it, and that is why, you know, when it was postponed last year, it was so disappointing, but to have it back and starting today with opening ceremony, as you mentioned, Deanie, that unification there. I don't think there's ever a time that the world does not need that. It needs it now, especially. You know, are still fear. We're not out of the woods yet on the pandemic, and there have been a lot of changes. Opening ceremonies took place. The ceremony took place to a crowd of about 950 in an auditorium that held 60,000. So it's not an ideal circumstance. Nonetheless, the fundamental reason why we take part and why we host the Olympics is moving forward with the competition and the, like you said, the unifying of athletes all over the world and countries all over the world. So those are underway, and it's going to be an exciting day and an exciting few weeks. It certainly is. And yeah, we got the Olympics this summer, and then all of a sudden, because of the postponement, you got right around the corner in just a few months, you got the Winter Olympic Games. So we're going back to back these last couple of years. You know, KSL is proud to be a part of this Days of 47 parade for decades. And earlier, we wanted to show you a little bit more about that history. We have volunteers and organizers of the Days of 47 that have taken part for decades, and Carol Makita will show more of that spirit of volunteerism.
In Salt Lake City, the Days of 47 parade is the crown jewel of all parades. And we at KSL TV have been a part of that tradition since the early days of television. On July 1st, 1949, KSL TV began its first ever broadcast from a building on the corner of South Temple and Main Street in downtown Salt Lake City. The first program was a cartoon and puppet show called Lucky Pup. Arthur Godfrey was popular then, and at 9:30 at night, KSL would sign off the air with a weather forecast and a news program that lasted all of 5 minutes. Just weeks later, the station would televise the Days of 47 parade. And for the first time ever, this annual tradition would be brought into the homes of those fortunate few who had television sets. Years ago, former KSL news anchor Dick Norris talked with some of the early television pioneers who helped make this happen.
The thrill of it, you knew that everything you did was never been done before.
I guess the first remote we ever did was the 24th of July parade. Now, this was just a month after we were on the air. We didn't have extra cameras. We only had studio cameras. And so we took one camera and took the cord and dropped it down to Main Street in front of Warren TV, put a camera there. And then we took the other camera. We didn't have any more line, so we took the other camera, took it out on the ledge on the 6th floor, and right on the corner above Brigham Young Monument, and put it on there. So you had a bird's eye view directly down on the parade.
We knew nothing about filters, had had no experience with outside lighting. And I remember they stretched a phone out to me.
The broadcasting pioneers had to invent equipment and develop technique on the spot. There were no schools, no books had been written.
Yeah, those were the days of heartache and experimentation.
During those first days and weeks, everything was an experiment.
Prior to this time, only those in attendance could watch the parade. Over the years, the television audience has grown, and now, 71 years later, millions have seen the parade on KSL TV. That gives you an idea of some of the history. Those black and white pictures. Yep. This is such a fun tradition, and we are so
grateful to have shared it with you today.
We're grateful to be a part of it. You see all that, just from that story that Carol had there, you see how many people are involved, how many minds involved, how much work is involved to get something like this on the air. It really is impressive. And so I think we make it look easy. When I say we, I mean everyone here who does all this. So thank you to everyone involved behind the scenes and making this parade what it is.
Thank you for joining us. We hope you have a great Days of 47 parade, a day, whatever traditions your family's going to take part in. We can't help but remind you, too, this is an exciting day, not only for the Days of 47, but the Olympics. The game started this morning. Opening ceremony was broadcast at 5 this morning. We will rebroadcast it at 5:30. So stay with us. These games are going to be exciting next 2 weeks.
Yep, it's going to be fantastic. Have a great day, everyone.
Good night.
Happy Pioneer Day.